The story starts in 1974 at the West Virginia Sanatorium. This hospital was built for people with deformities caused by inbreeding and birth defects. Dr. Brandon, one of the doctors, is showing the sanatorium to a new doctor, Dr. Ann. He explains the history of the patients there. While they are talking, one patient sneaks up behind Dr. Ann and takes her hairpin. Dr. Brandon takes Dr. Ann further inside to show her the most dangerous patients. These are three brothers named Three Finger, Sawtooth, and One Eye, who are locked up in a special cell. Dr. Brandon explains that these brothers were found by a woman named Mrs. Hilliker in the jungle. Since they were born from inbreeding, people called them the illegal brothers. When they were kids, they ate their own parents. Each brother's name comes from the strange things they did to themselves. Three Finger bit off two of his fingers and ate them. One Eye gouged out one of his own eyes and ate it. Sawtooth sharpened his teeth by grinding them against walls. He also attacked and hurt other patients with his teeth. Dr. Brandon tells Dr. Ann that these brothers don't feel any pain. While they continue their tour, the patient who stole Dr. Ann's hairpin tries to unlock the brother's cell. He fails, but the brothers notice him and take the pin. Three Finger, the smartest of the three, unlocks the cell. The brothers escape, kill a security guard, and head to the control room. They release all the other patients, turning the sanatorium into chaos. The brothers catch Dr. Ann, give her electric shocks, and damage her brain. Then they brutally kill Dr. Brandon. The story jumps forward 29 years. A group of 9 students is shown enjoying the snow. They are headed to their friend's cabin but lose their way in a storm. While searching for shelter, they find a large building and decide to enter. The building turns out to be the abandoned sanatorium. They light a fire to stay warm and start exploring. In one room, they find old patient files and realize that deformed people were once kept here. 3 students go to look for beds. One of them, Vincent, hears a noise and goes to check. He scares his friends, Jenna and Kenia, as a prank. Annoyed, the girls leave him alone. Meanwhile, One Eye begins following the girls. To apologize, Vincent decides to turn on the generator. Once the lights are on, the group starts partying, unaware that someone is watching them. While exploring, they find an old movie reel. They play it on a projector and see footage of experiments being performed on the illegal brothers. One student, Lauren, shares stories about the brothers eating people, but no one believes her. Everyone goes to sleep, except Vincent. He steps outside and sees someone. It's their friend Border, whose cabin they were supposed to visit. But when Vincent gets closer, he realizes Border is dead. Sawtooth appears and kills Vincent with a metal rod. The next morning, the group notices that Vincent is missing and their belongings are gone. They think Vincent is playing another prank. 4 students go to the basement and find cages, tools, and bloodstains. Jenna enters the kitchen and sees Sawtooth cutting Border into pieces. She runs back to warn the others. At the same time, the brothers throw Border's head at them. Before they can react, the brothers use a wire to strangle Claire. Despite efforts to save her, she dies, and her head falls off. The group tries to escape on their snowmobiles, but the brothers have removed the spark plugs. Trapped, the group decides to lock themselves in the in-charge's office. Some of the group goes back to the basement to gather tools. Three Finger chases them, but they hide in a cage and escape when he leaves. Meanwhile, One Eye attacks the office, but Bridget injures him with a blade, saving Kenia. In the kitchen, the brothers capture Daniel and start cutting him alive. The others hear his screams and try to save him but arrive too late. They find the brothers frying Daniel's muscles and eating them. The group plans to trap the brothers. They attack them and lock them in a cell. Kyle wants to burn them alive, but Kenia stops him, thinking it's wrong. Unfortunately, they accidentally lock themselves in the same cell as the brothers were 29 years ago. Worse, the hairpin used to unlock the cell is still there. When Kyle falls asleep, Three Finger uses the pin to escape. The brothers catch Kyle, cut off his tongue, and use him as bait. When the group sees Kyle, they accidentally kill him, mistaking him for Three Finger. The survivors find their luggage and attempt to escape through a window. They break the ice blocking the window, but Jenna gets caught and killed by Sawtooth. The remaining 3 students flee on snowmobiles, but Sawtooth captures Bridget. She stabs him with a knife and escapes. Meanwhile, Lauren freezes to death in the storm, just steps away from the main road. Only Sarah and Kenya are left. While riding their snowmobiles, they don't notice wires stretched across the path. The wires decapitate them both. Three Finger appears, collects their heads, and smiles.
Don't leave this chilling adventure without showing your support. Hit subscribe to join us for more spine-tingling content. Like this video if it gave you a fright. And share it with your friends to let them feel the fear too. Your support keeps the scares coming.